Morning. Oh, it's 7 o'clock. I decided to sleep in. Feeling much better this morning. Not wheezing anymore. Took a long time to catch a breath yesterday. I'm going to take it really easy today. I'm probably going to shoot for maybe 50 miles today, depending on, the climbing, because yesterday was too much with the smoke. My goal when I started this was to ride it at a touring pace. The problem is I don't know what a touring pace is. I don't know how to tour. I've always ridden my bike long and fast and never stopped to check out the sights. So I think today I'm going to try to focus a little bit more on that. Yesterday, I rode by the Blackfoot River. It was stunning. And I looked at it and I thought, oh, that's pretty. And I kept riding. And I think what I really wanted to do, or should have done, is stopped and, taken my shoes and socks off and soaked them in the river. But I didn't do that. I just kept going. So this is kind of a learning experience for me, to learn how to, take my time a little better. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I should only plan on doing maybe 40 miles. I don't know. I'm not in any hurry to get to the finish. Got all kinds of time. I drove, 2 days to get up here. It's going to be a two-day drive back. So I don't want to destroy myself, in the first couple days, pushing it, too hard. Yeah, that's the plan, is to, take my time. I'm going to probably get up here. Sun's coming up now, a little after 7. Maybe I'll make myself some coffee and just take my time breaking down camp. I don't know. This is kind of a new experience. Usually I try to rush through everything as fast as possible. You don't really get to enjoy things that way. What I really want to do is just enjoy this ride. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to get dressed, make myself some coffee, get the bike loaded up, and head on out. All right, see you down the road.
All right, first hike bike of the morning. It's not too steep, but after yesterday, I'm not going to push things. I have a 3-mile climb, I understand, to the top of this hill, and then 12-mile descent. Beautiful morning. It's about 65 out. I think these are aspens, but they're kind of short. The aspens near me are tall, but just walking through a valley of trees. Whew, made it to the top of the hill. I took my time. Looking out, I can have a pretty panoramic view in front of me. And man, there is a lot of smoke down there. It's not up high. It'll probably get raised up as the temperature goes up, but it's definitely settled in the valleys. It's got me a little worried since I already had one asthma attack. I'm gonna take it slow and easy today. Short day, but let me spin this around. Don't know how well that comes through. It's beautiful up here. I mean, you can see for just miles and miles. But especially in that direction, which is south of the direction I'm headed in, there's mountains that you can't even see back there. It's just smoke covered. Same thing in that direction, just smoke covered. I don't know. I'm working on my inner critic, but it's telling me that the smoke may do me in. I don't know. If I have another asthma attack today, even going slow, then yeah, that's not a good sign. But I'm just going to take it slow, easy. I'm going to cruise down. I think I have a pretty long descent. Get down to a little ghost town, fill up my water, maybe check things out there. So I'll probably pull the camera out and show you around. But yeah, that's the plan. See you in a bit. All right, coming into the historic Chesterfield town site. It's over the hill. Can't quite make out when it was established. 1880. All right, let's see here. I'll take a picture of this. Oops, I'm supposed to turn there. All right, so I'm in historic Chesterfield. Just came up on looks like an old village blacksmith shop. And there's all kinds of old farming equipment laid out in the yard. It's kind of cool. Just gonna walk around it real quick and see what there is to see here. That's very neat. Foundation of lava rocks. Old wagon. Well, a lot of work to do farming back in the day. And the best thing, water tap. You know I'm going to be refilling my water before I leave here. All right, that's it. Rolling through the farmlands. Well, I'm on the last 4-mile climb before the descent down to Lava Hot Springs. Oh, it's hot. There's smoke in the trees. Not my ideal conditions at all. I'm not having an asthma attack right now, but I am definitely worn out. I think yesterday took a lot out of me. So I don't know. I don't know if this ride's in the cards for me. I'm looking ahead at all the smoke. It's got me really worried. Still sunny skies. It's beautiful out. I went through the flat farmlands without any issues. This climb has just taken everything out of me. Not sure how far I have left. Maybe another 2 miles to the top. I found a little shaded spot. Oh, a little rocky shaded spot. So that's where I'm at. I'm probably going to stay overnight in Lava Hot Springs, see how I feel in the morning. But at this point, there's a 50-50 chance that I'll either continue on or I'll see if I can flag down a ride back to Idaho Falls. Because, with the smoke, especially what I saw this morning in the distance, I mean, that was thick smoke. So thick. There's no way my lungs are going to handle that. So still not wheezing. Breathing's okay now. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna lay here for, 10 or 15 minutes at least. There's a nice breeze blowing, so that feels really good. Anyway, that's about it. I'll let you know how things are going when I get farther down the road. See ya. Well, I made it to the top of the hill. I can smell smoke again. I can see smoke in the trees around me. I'm walking down the descent right now. I talked to somebody yesterday. He said it's really chunky. He went and pre-rode this section and crashed on the descent. And honestly, I need to kind of recover. So walking slowly downhill feels pretty good, actually. Man, that's a lot of smoke over there. Yeah, with the smoke, the heat, the way I'm feeling, this may be it for me. But I'm going to get down to Lava Hot Springs. I think if I was in better shape, this wouldn't be, well, I know if I was in better shape, this wouldn't be quite so hard. All right, I'm gonna keep pushing. All right, I'm at Lava Hot Springs, about 100 miles into the route. Yeah, today was a hard day. I had another asthma attack going up the last hill. So that's 2 attacks in 2 days. And that's too many. So I've decided to pull the plug on the ride. I was looking at the smoke conditions, and yeah, it's not going to get any better going south. Yeah, the mountaintops are pretty much shrouded in smoke. It looks like the valleys have smoke, and it doesn't do a whole lot to trigger me. I've decided that I really don't want another asthma attack, so I'm going to make my way back to Idaho Falls tomorrow. Got a room here for the night. Try to recover. My Garmin body battery shows me at 5, which is the lowest it'll go. So I am completely drained, and I feel that way, so it kind of reflects how I'm feeling. Yeah, so the plan tomorrow is get up, have breakfast. I might ask when I go to breakfast if there's anybody that I know that might want to earn a little money to get me back. That's the plan. Yeah, that's it. End of day 2, end of my ride. Heading back to my car. Didn't work out the way I wanted, but health is more important than finishing a ride. And I need to understand why I'm getting these asthma attacks. So just go see a doctor when I get home and get checked out and make sure that there's not something else going on that's complicating things for me. So that's it. Good morning. Out on a hike this morning. Back from Idaho Falls. Thought I'd fill you in on what happened on day 3. I did decide to cut the ride short. Took pavement, riding about 12 miles from Lava Hot Springs over to McCammon. I think that's the name of the town. Over by the freeway. Stopped near the on-ramp for the, going to Idaho Falls. Sat there for maybe half an hour, and this guy Dave in a small SUV stopped and offered me a lift. I had to take the front wheel off the bike to get it into his SUV, but it fit. A nice guy. He was on his way to Idaho Falls for a doctor's appointment. He had injured his hand and had some reconstructive surgery after a dog attack on a bike ride. Poor guy. But he had a really interesting life story. He kept the ride really entertaining, or the drive entertaining, from going into Idaho Falls. He dropped me off at the truck stop just outside of town, and then I rode about another 6 miles or so over to where my car was parked. Got packed up and just started to head home. Thought I'd talk a little bit about asthma. This is new to me. The first time I had an asthma attack was last year at the Smoky fire in Idaho, coincidentally. It's day 1, afternoon. I was going up a steep climb, and when I got to the top, it was getting harder and harder to get up the hill. And when I got to the top, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't catch my breath. My legs had no power. It was quite frightening, actually. I'd never experienced anything like that. So it's only been a little over a year since my first asthma attack. I'm still trying to figure out how to manage it. My doctor prescribed an albuterol inhaler, which does help delay the onset of an attack, but once an attack happens, the albuterol really doesn't do anything for me. So I happened to be watching a video from Katie Strimke. She and her husband Andrew do a lot of bikepacking, and it turns out she's asthmatic. She had mentioned that she used a lung vibrator to help clear her lungs before she used her albuterol inhaler, which I had never heard of before. So I reached out to her to get more detail about what this lung vibrator is, and she said it's an oscillating positive expiratory pressure device. The brand is Aerobika. I'd never heard of that before. She said her doctor prescribed it and showed her how to use it and when to use it. Recommended that I go see a pulmonologist. I'd never heard of a pulmonologist before. That's my plan. I'm going to go in, get a referral to a pulmonologist, and see if I can get this type of device or something that helps clear my lungs so that the albuterol has a chance of actually working. It gives me hope that there's a way to manage this while bikepacking, but so far my experience has been that once I have an attack, it's like my lungs completely shut down, my body can't get any oxygen, my legs lose power, and it's not just, it takes an hour and a half for my breathing to become normal, and then it takes even longer to get, re-oxygenated, to get oxygen back into my body and back into my legs. So, when I start riding the next day, even, I don't have the power that I had before the attack. And the more often that happens, the harder it is for me to recover. So when I had the 2 attacks on Fitzgerald's Joyride, I knew that I wasn't going to be enjoying the ride, just because my body wasn't going to cooperate with me. So yeah, that's the plan.